Hey everybody, I'm Chris Wall.
Hey, Andrew Peterson here.
Executive producer and author of the Wingfeather Saga animated series.
Showrunner, executive producer.
I do my thing. And welcome to the episode 3 of season 3 breakdown. We're here to talk you through kind of all the cool moments in episode 3 that maybe you didn't know why it was that way and decisions we made and all that fun stuff. So.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We are doing this week by week, and the same as our podcast. So be sure to check out our podcast. It features all the amazing artists and technicians and great people we get to work with.
It's so cool.
In making the series. Mm-hmm. We have had, of course, Andrew joining. We had Jennifer, our line producer, on there. We've had Bo
and Garrett.
And Garrett, our art director. Mm-hmm. Just all these great people, so definitely tune in for that. And there's a little teaser we'll give you for the podcast. Check this out. Hey there, I'm Chris Wall, executive producer and showrunner of the Wingfeather Saga animated series, and I want to invite you to check out our brand new official Wingfeather podcast. I'm going to take you behind the scenes and let you meet the people that I get to interact with daily. These amazing artists, the writers, the actors. I think you'll enjoy hearing the heart of what they get excited about. We hope you'll tune in and just really get to see what it looks like to make an animated series like this independently in Nashville, Tennessee. People full of passion, getting to tell a story that we know you're going to love. So get your families, have a watch, have a listen to the official Wingfeather podcast. We'll have a new episode starting every Thursday. And of course, you can listen wherever you get your podcasts and check it out on YouTube as well if you'd like. Yeah, so that's coming out weekly, same as the show right now, but it'll carry you through. We've got lots more people to interview, so be sure to get it where all podcasts are listened to, your favorite, and then, of course, on YouTube if you want to watch the video version. Episode 3, here it is.
Yeah, man, it's a big one.
You know, at the premiere that we got to be a part of, there were cheers, there were gasps, there was laughter, there was oh no's, right?
Oh, it was just amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
And this episode kind of spanned the gamut, going from the heartbreak of Nia, where is Kalmar, which I want to talk about a little bit, but to this transformation. If you have not seen episode 3, you might want to stop right here because we're going to be spoiling some things. Transformation, Artham, and what happened to Kalmar, and then a betrayal by Gammon. So it's got a lot happening in one. Let's kind of go through it.
Yep.
It was a late pitch, actually, this moment with Nia, of kind of getting in the mom's POV. Like, what is Nia feeling right now? Janner's here, and she's just learned Kalmar is lost. You know, and if you've lost a kid or don't know, where someone special to you is, that's a tough moment. And just kind of the pathetic moment of her going out on the ice with the lantern, like, he could be out here anywhere.
Every day. Yeah, and you get the feeling that this is something that she does every day. She's going out and waiting. And another cool thing is that the seeds of this approach to Nia in season 3 were planted in season 2. Yeah. Because I have blind spots as an author. I'm not a mom. And while I was writing the story, I'm thinking so much about, like, Janner and Kalmar and Leeli's story and Cal's going here and Janner's going there, that I remember my editor, a couple of editors were kind of like, hey, so it's hard for me to believe that Nia would have gone to the ice prairies without her boys. So I had to go back and, like, come up with a convincing reason why she would have not stayed in the Stranderborough forever. Which I feel like in season 2 you guys really drove home with Merrily coming in. Yep. You're going to be picked up by Stranders or Fangs, take your pick, whatever. But that led to the pain that she felt in leaving her boys did not just go away when she got to the ice prairies. She's been carrying that burden the entire time. And I'm really glad that the writers, that you guys kept hammering on that, because I think it's so important. I resonated so much with it watching it.
Season 3 is very, very intense. There's a lot of adventure, a lot of angst. There's a lot of sorrow for Nia, being separated from her boys. There's conflict. There's a lot of conflict. And there's tremendous fear, that she has to overcome to have that faith and that trust and that hope that everything is going to turn out okay. And you just don't know. So it's really a huge adventure. So I think for season 3, for me, it created a lot of tension. And as a mom of having my own children, it really connected with me to fear for their life, and how you really do have to trust and let go. You have to kind of let go and trust that God has your kids and that he loves your kids more than you can even imagine. So there was a lot for me to kind of delve into in season 3. I'm really drawn to my character, for Nia. Absolutely love the family dynamic between her and the kids and her father. And, every time I get a script, I'm just so excited to read through it right away to see what's happening. And it just is nonstop cliffhangers. So as soon as I finish, I'm ready for the next episode. So it's a wonderful, wonderful job. I love going to the studio, and I love working with my team.
Beautiful moment. And then right into Gammon and Merrily. A lot of you fans of the books have been asking for some Gammon and Merrily interaction because they are such a pair. Mm-hmm. Great little story that's going to happen with those guys.
Oh, man.
And of course, they have to start with a sword fight. I mean, that's just how you got to go. You know? On a footnote, animation technology nerd moment, this was our first time to use variable frame rate where the swords are actually on ones.
Oh, yeah.
And the character bodies are on 2s.
That is wild.
It was really hard to pull that off. It's not been technically possible, but with Unreal Engine in this season, we can do that kind of cool stuff. So that fight sequence turned out really cool.
Are you also using the blur?
And then motion blur. Yeah, we finally started using motion blur. We actually started in episode 2, actually even episode 1. The Boggin scene demanded it, and we had not ever done motion blur because we didn't want it to just look like Gaussian blur. Like this, we wanted it to feel painterly. And if you've all seen like Spider-Verse and those kind of motion blurs were actually hand painted in those movies. We can't afford that.
I did not know that.
It's brutal.
Crazy.
The movie was made 3 times because the way they hand painted it was so painful. We didn't have the labor cost for that. So we did find a really cool kind of painterly way to smear things, and cool. So we started using motion blur, and that helps too. Yeah. But a great little combatant between them, and then start to see Merrily's manners as a Strander in a civilized space.
It was
like
so
Chimera.
fun in the premiere hearing the crowd get those jokes, like just delighting in Merrily being just a stinker, like
literally
and figuratively. Yeah, she's so great.
Yeah, so that relationship is really special. Of course, we talked in our last breakdown about Eva wonderfully performing for Merrily, and then of course Matthew as Gammon, and in his kind of you're starting to see some fatherly relationship there that is really cool, and can't wait to see where that goes as we go forward. But the biggest thing in this episode was, how do we get to Cal? Right, Cal's gone. He's going through a really hard time. How are we going to get to him from the perspective of the family? We'll talk about the other part of that in a minute, but. You talk about in the books, one of my favorite things in the book as a dad, I remember reading this aloud to my kids about magic. And I think for those of us coming from different backgrounds of faith and perspectives, magic can be a little bit of a weird thing. And how do we talk about it? And, are we doing it? What are we doing? And you had this lovely way of talking about magic as maybe how we respond when something has been lost or forgotten or never experienced. We live in Tennessee. Tennessee's beautiful. Tennessee has fireflies. Fireflies are magic people.
Yeah.
They are mysterious and magic. And when you tell friends who live elsewhere who've never seen them, because we have people come visit us, and they're out in the yard and they're blinking like this. Are you seeing something over there? It's that kind of a feeling, right?
Totally.
Talk a little bit about that, because obviously we got to put that in the mouth of Nia in this episode.
Yeah. I felt like I needed to address it because I was writing a fantasy series that did have a kind of magic. I kind of want to put scare quotes around
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
Because it's not magic in the like the Harry Potter sense or even the Lord of the Rings sense. Like it's just a different thing. And I wanted to just be careful. I just wanted to tell parents or whoever, I was like, hey, when you're reading this story, I have thought this through, as a Christian, and this is the way that I think of this. And so I think that what I was trying to get at was the idea that two things. First thing is, I think Nia says something, or maybe Oscar in the books, the world is swollen with the Maker's magic. Like it's just everywhere. And I think that's true in the real world too, with a capital R. Fireflies, I'm a beekeeper. Honey is magic, you guys.
Honey is magic. Yeah.
And imagine like trying to convey to somebody who'd never tasted honey before where we get honey.
Yep.
It would just feel like, wow, and imagine if that was something that got lost in the world, and suddenly somebody found honey and was like, wait a minute, where does this come from? So that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. That's the first part of it. As far as like Leeli's song and kind of the dream vision thing that happens with the kids, what I was trying to get at was the idea that it's not something you can wield or control. This is the way the Maker made this world.
Yeah.
He made the world so that some people's gifts, sometimes he inhabits those gifts, and those gifts do things that surprise us. And so these children are special, and they're the heirs of this kingdom. And in the Maker's good pleasure, this is the way he made the world, was that there would be a certain kind of power that would happen that would connect this family together. And so I think what Nia's getting at is like, hey, you can't make this happen.
Yeah.
That's when it kind of turns into something dark, because you're kind of like, I'm going to manipulate the world for my own power and to use it the way that I want to use it. And she cautions them that's when you're dealing with the way the Maker made the world, these things are gifts, and they aren't weapons to be wielded. Mm-hmm. And so part of the reason I feel so strongly about it. Go ahead.
By the way, Saruman and Gandalf have this discussion.
Yeah.
Right? Saruman in Lord of the Rings, of course, like we can wield, and Gandalf's like, I don't think we're supposed to.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So Tolkien was doing a lot of the same.
And I feel like as a songwriter, I feel that way pretty strongly, because that's how I experience when I do concerts. I am writing. I've written the songs already. Like the words don't change, the chord structure doesn't change. I'm repeating the same thing night after night, and some nights it works, and some nights it doesn't. And it's not up to me. My only job is to be obedient to my calling and to stand on the stage and say, here is something that is true, and then trust the Maker with the rest of it.
Yep.
And so there are nights, though, where you sense, like when Leeli is playing and the fireflies are kind of swirling around her. We're obviously not that extremely, but I do sense like, oh yeah, that it's working right now in the way that it didn't work yesterday. And so I'm very aware of the fact that we are just our only real agency is in obedience.
Yep.
We just have to kind of obey and trust the ends to God. And so that's how I feel about the magic with the kids. And Nia's telling the kids like, hey, just use your gifts, do the thing that you do, and that use the gift that the Maker has given you, and serve that and see what happens. And then it works.
Yeah, and not to get too meta on this, but this is a lot of the same feeling I have in getting to make this animated series for you all, is that we're loving it. We're making something that we love and we feel really strongly about, and we hope that you love it too. I can't guarantee that. I can't force that. I can't wield it on you.
Right.
No amount of marketing that we do will tell you must love this, right? It's just, you just hope that if I love it, then you too might happen, right? It might not, and that's okay.
Right.
I think that's the way of art, and that's great. All right, we have an amazing villain in the Stonekeeper.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Timber. The Stonekeeper.
That too. Yeah, we'll get to him. That's his episode 4. But episode 3, the Stonekeeper, Amra, who's the daughter of Murga, really gets a feature for she's gonna get this finally. This dream weapon of Artham into this Birdman that could perform violence on her enemies, right? So she's very excited about this.
I would also add part of it is there's a little bit of like revenge in here too, because she's mad that he got away, and a lot of this anger from Nag through Amra and Murga is aimed at the Wingfeather family, and she's like, now I've got him. Now I'm going to make him pay.
Make him be mine.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Performed by Kari Wallgren. Kari is amazing. We love working with her. She has voiced a lot of famous characters, and so anyways, we had a chance to have her in the studio not long ago and come visit through, and then she gave us a little greeting as part of season 3. So here's Kari, our Stonekeeper.
Villains never think that they're villains. Villains are the hero of their own story, right? So that's actually one of the most fun things about playing villains, is that you have to kind of get into the headspace of, they have goals, they have a set of objectives, and they have a very clear sense of why they're doing certain things. And with this one, we did kind of try to thread that needle of not just making her so blatantly, twirling the mustache, so to speak, but I think there was this feeling for me of just always trying to find that slight piece of it, that I'm helping you. I am going to make makes things better for you're in pain. I want to alleviate your pain. And so there's a sweetness to it, or a helpfulness to it, which hopefully doesn't make her completely unlikable. Like, hopefully, if I've done my job well, there's always going to be this tiny little part of her that seems intriguing, or seems like, oh, I could see what she's doing is helping people. They don't run away from what she's doing. If there's something that's just the tiniest bit ingratiating about her, when you come from such a rich source material and the writing is there, you automatically get to kind of dive deeper into it. But I don't know, just with this character in general, she sort of leapt off the page for me. Like, you kind of got a sense of, as we were saying, that she was kind of up to no good. And so the vibe of the world really kind of came through very early on. And then we had such a great team that they kind of filled in the blanks for me, I guess. I can't get over how beautiful this show looks, because, I've been fortunate enough to work on a lot of shows, and, just once in a while you see the finished product and you think, man, this is such a special project, and it just looks and sounds so much more wonderful than I ever could have imagined that it was going to turn out. So yeah, this is just a stunningly beautiful show.
Awesome having her on the series. So glad that she's able to voice a number of characters. We'll feature Stonekeeper for now, but she also helps us out with other characters. This scene here, transformation of Artham, what Kalmar's decision is one of those in the book that, as filmmaker, I was just like super intimidated by. It is an incredibly compelling moment. And the story team, we made a lot of whacks at this, to be clear. We really tried a lot of different versions to find what's the coolest version. I have to give a nod to Tamal, who did the storyboards in here, and of course Ron and his team, Sam and the other animators really animating like crazy to get this moment right. And we got to see this in a room with people at the premiere. What?
I mean, they burst into applause. It was perfect. I mean, we were sitting next to each other, and I like if we had been in a cartoon, we would have like hugged. In that moment. It was just awesome to see that happen. And who else nailed this is Henry, Ian Cusick. Like, we're so used to hearing Artham talk like crazy, Pete the Sock Man, that when he finally owns that voice and he sounds the way that he sounded in Lost all those years ago, when I was thinking of him as Artham Wingfeather, it was so satisfying. It's great. Y'all
It's so
nailed
fun.
it. Yeah, it's so good. It's
the
so good.
the lingering Kalmar decision, look to his former roommate from his
Yeah.
cell, and I'm gonna be that okay, and
Yeah.
then Benjamin
yeah.
Botkin, our composer, just went for it.
Yeah.
And sent it.
Yeah, the music's incredible.
And we really feel this thing, and there he is. We had a disagreement at the office. I'm not comfortable with Arthur bare-chested like that. Just, male shirtlessness is a problem. So I was like, could he keep his shirt on?
No,
and they're
fine.
like, no,
He looks
Incredible
awesome.
Hulk, man. I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude.
but
That's so funny.
it was a long discussion. I'm not kidding, And so that bare-chested version of him being so awesome, which is in the trailer. I know for a lot of you, it was a big spoiler to see it in the trailer, but
Oh man,
so
yeah, we couldn't not put that in there. Here, one of the cool things is that I've watched the trailer like 15 times. I've just, when it first came out, I just couldn't believe that this was happening. I kept rewatching it, and I had forgotten until the other night when we watched the episode that he doesn't just say, "I am Arthur P. Wingfeather." He says, "I'm Arthur P. Wingfeather, Throne Warden of Anniera."
Yeah.
Like that was in the show, and I'd forgotten about it, and it just was like, yes, there's more even. Anyway, it's great, but also part of what makes it so emotional and powerful is that it's this is what went before it with Cal.
Yeah.
It's the dread, the mounting dread that Cal is. Oh my goodness, is he really going to do this thing? Which gets us to the scene in the jail cell, which is one of my favorite new things.
Yeah, sorry, I skipped over that. Apologies.
Yeah, no. It got me good. Like, and we've talked about this before, but in the writers' room, like we've got to figure out a way to convey what is going on in Janner's heart. And man, the nightmare, starting with the Strander camp, and then the creepy scene where the Stonekeeper is kind of like, he's like swirling around her hand. It's just really amazing. How did you guys make that?
That took a long
How does
time.
how do you
was a lot.
storyboard like
Sure.
dream sequences?
Well, I think it's a lot of, honestly, looking at great dream sequences from other films and television that
yeah.
you've loved, and like taking it like, okay, what's our version of the events that Cal has experienced? So we thought a lot about the way he's experiencing the world is these same moments that we've seen, but harsher.
Yeah, right.
Like we actually took some phrases, ideas of things that we've done in prior seasons, but put them in his, we actually put the camera in his POV.
So they're looking at him when they're talking.
And made it harsher.
Yeah.
Like Leeli's harsh to him.
Right.
Cal, what are you doing?
Right.
Well, that doesn't happen in the real world, but it's what he felt.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we
So
thought,
good.
how do we layer up all these moments from season 1 and 2, and act like a king? Just make all the things we've been talking about in the building of season 1 and 2, but get inside his head, and that was the first launching off point. And then you just come up with some stylistic things to kind of push it.
Man, well done. 'Cause
Well,
it's great.
and I have to tell you, I know you've met him a little bit on Zoom, but we get to work with this amazing young man, Henry, who plays Kalmar.
Yes.
We cast him new for this season. Griffin, who we worked with in season 1 and 2, was brilliant, but had gotten a little too old. His voice changed a little more than we could keep within that character. So we went casting and found this amazing young man, and Henry has been astonishing. And in this scene, he's just like, I don't want this.
Man, yeah, when he's saying what's wrong with me over and over again.
And so, but in the room, this kid is so talented. He is, okay, and cut. How is that? He is so able to immerse himself and then be this posed actor. Wow. He's wonderful. So Henry gave a little greeting as well, telling us about his role in season 3. And so check us out. Meet Henry.
I love playing Kalmar so much. I find him just such an amazing character to play. And he's hilarious and just everything. I really like playing, a king. I've never really played a king, and that I find that really cool. I love how he's this, kind of adventurous, like, just amazing, hilarious kind of kid. I love the character. I love the character design. I love his entire personality. I think it's amazing. I've had so much fun. It just feels amazing to be part of something like this. It feels truly inspiring.
Awesome. Love what he is bringing for Kalmar here. And obviously we end on this really shocking, like what's going to happen. So you guys have to tune episode 4. But I'll be honest, just to get ahead of it, we won't know the answer to this question until episode 5 or 6.
The end of episode 5.
Yeah. So it's going to be a minute.
Which I also have to say that watching it in the premiere, when it shows Artham look into the thing and then it cuts, the whole room went, no! Like they all just went,
Maybe you did it home just now when you watched it.
Yeah, it's so good.
And then, of course, we have the tag scene of this terrible betrayal. Unbelievable. We thought Gammon was going to be a helper here. Kind of did a little fun thing. I'm sure for those of you who read the books, you're like, wait. Gammon doesn't offer to help them. That's not how this happens, right? That's a lot of like us kind of expanding what that experience might have been in Chimera. And we thought that was kind of a late add, this idea that what if Gammon actually like offers to go with them? They're going to go help him, and that's totally a betrayal, way to break up the family. And of course, that's what happened here. And so that sets up for episode 4, which is coming. And guys, this one is the one that we really spent the most time. I think we said that in the man hours spent, we probably doubled the amount of effort to make this episode.
And I believe it watching it. Episode 4, y'all, it's so good.
It's going to set you up for Thanksgiving. You're going to have a great time with it. And we have a little sneak peek at it, so check this out. Here's a little sneak of episode 4.
Next on the Wingfeather Saga.
Fangs have followed you here, placing all my people in danger.
Our only choice is to give you up. Or Chimera falls today.
Awesome. Well, there it is. Episode 4 is coming. Thank you all for joining with us in this episode 3 breakdown. Glad to get to spend some time with you, Andrew.
Yes,
Always
you too.
Good to chat.
Yes, thanks for watching, everybody. So thankful.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.